150 million Americans consider themselves regular drinkers.
That's over half of the United States. So of course, not drinking is going to make you feel the best every single day.
But for those who chose to decide to drink alcohol and have it be a part of their life, we only found it right to develop a product to help them feel better and support their liver while they're at it.
And taking something like Tylenol isn't the answer. It really just adds more stress to your liver, which is not a good idea because when you're drinking, you're already putting stress on your liver. So you should be able to have an option that makes you feel better the next day without adding all of that extra stress.
So Cheers Restore is specifically designed with drinkers in mind because we want you to have a good night out, but an even better morning. And how this product works, the primary two ingredients, DHM and L-cysteine, get to the two primary causes of why you truly feel bad the day after drinking.
And no, it's not dehydration. That's only 10% of why you feel bad the next day. So taking things like Liquid IV or other alternatives aren't really going to tackle the main two reasons of why you feel bad.
Sure, rehydrating will help with dehydration issues, but it won't help with things like brain fog, why you're dead tired and you can't sleep, why you have so much body discomfort going on the next day, and why you feel like you're 35 years older than you really are after a fun night out.
So the third leading reason of why you feel bad is dehydration, but what's the second? It's something called acetaldehyde exposure, and it occurs when you drink alcohol, which then converts into acetaldehyde, which is actually 20 times more toxic than alcohol itself, which is what makes you feel so gross the next day.
So the main reason why people really feel bad the day after drinking is because of GABA rebound, otherwise known as that psychological sensation you feel the day after a fun night out. So whenever you drink alcohol, it binds to the GABA receptors in your brain, and that's what makes you feel so relaxed, carefree, living in the moment. However, when that alcohol wears off, your brain is flipped on its head, and you start feeling the opposite. And how we know GABA rebound is the main reason why people feel bad the day after drinking, because if you were to reintroduce alcohol back into your bloodstream the next morning and get those BAC levels up to where they were from the night before, you would immediately start feeling better, even though you're getting exposed to more acetaldehyde and becoming more dehydrated in the process. That's why Bloody Marys are a thing, because it's a tried and true method, but that just kind of kicks the can down the road, and you're gonna have to pay for it on a later date.
So what do you even take to make yourself feel better and reduce the acetaldehyde exposure? There's something called L-cysteine, and it's in Cheers Restore.
How the L-cysteine in Cheers works, whenever acetaldehyde is in your system, it will bind to that acetaldehyde and form a non-toxic compound called MTCA, which effectively lowers those levels and lowers your exposure to acetaldehyde in general. And there's one more thing too. The DHM actually buffers GABA rebound by binding to those same GABA receptors that alcohol binds to effectively satiate that receptor and lessen that psychological rebound the next day, so you're not feeling as down and you're feeling a little bit more like yourself.
So we were seen on Shark Tank. We're in over 30,000 retail doors. I would get yours now on the TikTok shop for the best value. And with that, you get 12 better mornings. So you might as well get a couple and give them out to your friends, especially to the people who usually miss out on next day big plans.
And for the record, if you choose not to drink, we support that wholeheartedly. But if you choose to drink, well then we're here to support you. So cheers.